and I grew up in the Church of Scientology. I have studied many Scientology courses, including the Key to Life. My parents were long-term Scientologists and at one of the highest possible levels. Years ago, my mother was declared a suppressive person and excommunicated from the Church of Scientology. Her crime? When she came to divorce my father, she chose to leave court over Scientology education. I know my mother well and can attest she is neither evil nor suppressive. I was given a choice. On the one hand, I could disconnect from her, my own mother, and never speak to her again. Or I could leave Scientology, and my father and my sister would choose to disconnect from me. This was a question that required me to do an enormous amount of soul-searching, and to question everything I previously held as true. In the end, it came down to deciding what my principles were, and whose moral code I would choose to follow. I realised first and foremost that I would not allow anybody else to tell me who I could and could not speak to, that I might be free to communicate with anyone on any subject, and those deemed anathema of the Church. And only I am capable of determining my own truth for myself. If others to disconnect from me because of that, then that is their choice, not mine. Of all the things Scientology has taught me, the most valuable thing is the ability to be totally honest with myself, to not run away from my own thoughts or ambitions, but to confront head on. I learned to speak my truth with compassion and to be open and honest with others as I am with myself. So this is why I am here today, to speak my truth to all those who choose to listen. I am not an enemy, but simply somebody who sees the world in a different light. David McGuigan recently talked about getting back to the basics of Scientology, and this is what this is all really about. And what is more basic than ARC and KRC? On the one hand, affinity, reality, communication, and on the other, knowledge, responsibility, control. These two triangles make a very symbol of Scientology. As an organisation, the Church has excelled at KRC, knowledge, responsibility and control. Indeed, the Church has become very strong and powerful because of it. The problem is that it has done this at the expense of ARC, affinity, reality, communication. Look across the street, and what do you see? There are several hundred people here to protest the Church of Scientology. What is your first thought? Is it that these people are enemies, and yet you have the ability to control and handle, to find out their crimes and to silence them? Or is your first thought that communication is the universe solvent? That you need to go over to the other side of the road, openly and honestly communicate with these people, to understand their reality, and to share with them your reality on what Scientology really means to you, to find a way of raising affinity with somebody you first saw as an enemy. This is the difference between ARC and KRC. In using KRC to the exclusion of ARC, you have created an ARC break of epic proportions. These thousands of people protest worldwide are not just a bunch of crazy SPs. This is your ARC broke field trying to communicate with you. In my own personal view, the Church of Scientology as an international organisation has placed itself in an ethics condition of liability. Once this is openly acknowledged, the formula can be applied. Take a long, good, deep look at this for yourself. Ask yourself, what have I allowed or permitted through action or inaction? What is my responsibility? What can I do to handle this situation and any danger in it? I ask myself these questions. It's not enough to simply say the Church has done this or that. The question is still, what have I done personally to handle my current situation? 2 weeks ago, I personally went down to St. Hill to try and speak to my sister, who is now in the sea. I did not know if I would succeed, but I had to go, if only to say I had tried. I was spotted by St. Hill security, and they grilled me for over half an hour. But I simply spoke my truth without compassion, fear, anger, and compromise. In the end, it allowed me to speak with my sister. It was the first time in over 3 years. I explained to her all my concerns about the Church and Scientology, the way I currently see the world, and to her credit she listened, and in return she shared with me her reality. And I also listened. The situation is far from handled completely, but for me at least is a big step in the first direction, in the right direction. However, when she heard I was coming down to speak today, she came to try and handle me, to prevent me from speaking. But for me, I must speak my truth, and that is first and foremost. I will not be silenced. So thank you, Anonymous, for giving me the courage to confront this issue in my life, and for giving me a kick up the arse I needed to actually go and do something about it. My advice to the Church of Scientology would be to declare a general amnesty, to cancel the disconnection policy. Scientology should be all about communication, so why can't we tear down this arbitrary barrier to communication and focus on getting back in perfect communication? Advice to those of you who are out there who have been disconnected from old friends and family, to try and look at the situation in a new unit of time. See if it is possible to suddenly and honest seamlessly handle any outstanding ARC breaks you might have. Don't simply maintain a silent disconnection. Communication is universal solvent, so reconnect. Peace, love and light to everybody. Thank you.